How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So with it being a new year now, that means that we are getting yet another year of content for Star Wars Battlefront 2. This game has come a long way since launch. They've added maps, game modes, heroes, different reinforcements. There's been a bunch of stuff added to this game, and with BB-8 and BB-9E coming at the end of this month, and Capital Supremacy coming to the sequel era, in this video I'm going to go over basically my wish list for 2020. So the first thing that I would like to see brought to this game, other than the stuff that we were receiving in January, is new blasters. As most of you are probably well aware, we have not received any new blasters for the base infantry. It's still the same exact weapons. So they need to do a complete overhaul of the blaster system. Like, I'm okay if they just completely change the stats of every single weapon, and they make some of the weapons that I use all the time just obsolete, because I'm so tired of using the same blasters over and over and over. And now that they've added different reinforcements like the Clone Commando and the Sith Trooper, those came with new weapons technically, they could port those over for the infantry. And then this was originally promised at the game's release. They said that post-launch content would include new weapons, which the developers have since said that came to the game in forms of like different reinforcement blasters and different lightsabers with Anakin and Dooku and Obi-Wan and Grievous. But the game just feels empty without having infantry blasters, and I have a strong feeling that at some point during 2020 we're probably going to see some new form of blasters for the infantry. I just have this weird hunch that they're going to do that. Then the next thing on my list is tons of villain skins. As you guys know, quite a few villains don't have any extra skins. Bossk doesn't have any skins, Boba Fett, Vader, Darth Maul. And I want to see some of these skins that the modders have created, like the battle damage Vaders, the robot leg Darth Maul, maybe like a Jango Fett skin. Like, there's tons of options that they could do with these existing heroes, and we haven't had a new legendary skin in a long time. I don't even remember what the last legendary skin was. I think it was maybe the Grievous skin, the battle damage Grievous. That's the only one that comes to my head when I think of the legendary skins. And the legendary skins are 80,000 credits, and those ones are supposed to do something special to change the character almost completely. Add new voice lines, add new details. Like the battle damaged Grievous completely changed the look of Grievous, and he has smoke coming off of him, and it looks awesome. And then the legendary skins for Han and Lando make them the younger versions of Han and Lando. So I just want to see some sort of legendary skin for a lot of these other characters. So I hope 2020 brings a ton of new skin options, not just for the heroes, but for the infantry as well. I'd love to see more infantry skins, maybe for the rebels, give us some different alien heads, and then give us some new skins for the Empire and the First Order, since they're kind of lacking now compared to the clones. And then next up on my list of things I'd like to see added is, of course, the original trilogy being added to Capital Supremacy. I think at some point it's kind of obvious that they are going to add the original trilogy, since they had the prequel and now the sequel, and they've completely skipped over the original. So it's a pretty safe bet at some point they are going to add it. We just don't know when. So I hope that it comes sooner rather than later. And some of those maps I would love to see, like Hoth, maybe Endor, and then if they were to bring over a new map to the game, I hope that they bring Scarif from Battlefront 2015. Now, there's a number of different maps that I would like to see over Scarif if they ported any over from 2015, but I think Scarif has the best design if they were going to put command posts on it. And Scarif did look beautiful, and Scarif is technically already in the game in the campaign. They already have it in the game files. So if they were going to do anything for the original trilogy when it comes to new maps, I think Scarif would make the most sense. And then if they added Scarif, I would like to see them add new reinforcements to the game too, because if they bring the original trilogy to Capital Supremacy, they're currently lacking a lot of reinforcements. Right now they just have the Death Troopers and the Wookiees, and that's not going to cut it. So if they brought something like Scarif, then they could probably add the security droid like K2SO. That could be another reinforcement, which would make sense for the map, and it would make sense for the era. They could add things like Purge Troopers, which are from Fallen Order. Those guys are really sick. Those would make great reinforcements. And then for the Rebels, they could do pretty much anything. They could have Bothan Spies, which would kind of play like the Resistance Spy, and then they could have another form of the Gunner. I mean, they have tons of different alien species that they can work with. They can get creative, they can make something up. But having the Wookiee run around on the original trilogy, especially since it's a prequel era Wookiee, it just doesn't make sense. It feels out of place. and a lot of people are tired of seeing the Wookiees run around. So we have to have some new reinforcements for that mode too. And then another thing that I would like to see come in 2020 is instant action changes. Instant action is currently only available for the Clone Wars era. It's just not that good. It has a few bug problems. It doesn't have very many customization options. I just want more options with my instant action. Like, let me change the number of reinforcements. Let me change how long the match can last. Let me like get really goofy with these controls. Let it be like a sandbox mode. If I want to add like 4 or 5 villains on one team and just have one hero on the other team, or just make the entire enemy team just compiled of nothing but villains, and it's like my clone troopers versus villains, and then let me like mix and match. Let me have like villains versus villains, or era swapping, like the clones versus the stormtroopers, or go some weird scenario where the droids face the First Order. There's a bunch of different things they could do with instant action with the options, and they need to bring in the other eras. And I'd like the option to just turn off the AI completely so that people can explore the maps, because these maps are really beautiful. There's tons of Easter eggs, tons of stuff that you can just explore, and when you're playing online, you don't really get the chance to do that. So it would be really cool to just turn everything off completely and just run around and just look at how beautiful the map is. And then another thing that I would like to see added to the game, even though I doubt that it's very likely at this point, Battlefront 2015 had a private match mode, which I would love to see be brought to Battlefront 2. For example, I've tried to play instant action with my friends, and then I remembered that you can't do that. You have to play co-op with your friends. There's no way to have private sessions. Like, I literally just wanted to invite my friend to check out the game and play against bots and just go around capturing command posts and instant action, but because there's no private matches, I couldn't do that. Private matches would add a number of different options to this game. People could hold individual tournaments. You could explore and check out each individual map on your own if you wanted. People could make cinematic videos. I used to do that on this channel back in 2015. We'd go into private mode and just record these cool like cinematics and stuff. Me and my friend Cookie used to play hide and seek, which was a very popular series on this channel. We would just go on each individual map and hide from each other and just play hide and seek, and it was really fun. So I don't know why they did not add a private match to this game. I think that is probably more important than instant action and co-op, and this community is pretty huge, so I think a lot of people would benefit from the options to have private matches, especially if people wanted to like go on the Reddit or go on to Discords or whatever and just get 20 people in their own custom Galactic Assault match or Capital Supremacy match. I think that would be great and would add a lot to this game. And then lastly, the thing that I would like the most to be added to this game is just an overhaul to the quality of life stuff. Give me bug fixes. I'm so tired of my hero abilities not working. The hit detection is messed up. Like, just take the time to make the game run smoothly. We have so many new players coming to this game. For them, this is their first experience with the game, and if they're coming in and they're seeing all these glitches that are going on, they're going to be turned off from the game. They're not going to want to play a game that is filled with as many glitches as Battlefront 2 is. And a lot of people want to see more heroes brought to the game. And as much as I'd like to see someone like Mace Windu or Qui-Gon, Jango Fett, or any new heroes, I honestly am content with the amount of heroes we have. There's a lot of new heroes that they've added, and there's so many glitches with the heroes that currently exist. If they add more heroes, that's just going to add to the number of glitches and problems that the game already has. Honestly, I'm fine with the heroes that we have. I don't care if they add any more heroes to the game ever again. I didn't expect them to add BB-8 and BB-9E. I would imagine at some point they're probably going to add even more heroes, since that's this kind of the selling point. Everybody wants heroes. Everybody wants those Ahsokas or the Ventresses or the Mace Windus and the Qui-Gons or whatever. But honestly, I would just rather have the bug fixes over the heroes. But yeah, that's basically going to do it for my wish list for 2020. I don't really have too much to ask for at this point. Like, I just want blasters, quality of life changes, the original trilogy brought to Capital Supremacy, and that's basically it. Like, I can live without the instant action stuff. That's just something that I would like to see them improve on. But that's going to do it for my list. I really like the state of this game currently. Anything that they add to this game from here on out is just a bonus for me, because like I said, I really enjoyed the stuff that's in the game right now. Like, I'm to the point where I'm ready for a Battlefront 3, so hopefully within the next few years with the next gen consoles, they're working on a Battlefront 3. But that's going to do it for my wish list for 2020. Let me know what you guys would like to see brought to the game for this year. And then if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to check out another video. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new here. And I will talk to you all in the next video.
Will you join me? Accept your fate. I grew impatient.